But the number one strategy for defeating Chaos, and here's the thing, is that Chaos is using this same strategy against you. So I think it's super important to know that. Okay, so I wanted to do something a little bit different and just answer questions that I've seen all over the board, so we're gonna jump straight in. And the first one I'm seeing is how to beat Chaos in FF1 super easily and super efficiently every time. And so before we can even talk about Chaos and stuff, we gotta talk about getting to level 25 first. And that's in the NES version. In any other version, Pixel Remaster, PSP, whatever other version you're playing, you're looking at about level 55 to 60. But in the NES version and the Origins version, you want to be at about level 25, like absolute bare minimum. The first place I would offer up to get to level 25 is the Peninsula of Power. This is a section of the map just east of Provoca, and you can fight like Frost Wolves, Frost Giants, Trolls, Minotaurs. There's a few sort of higher level creatures, but I would get to about level 16 or 17 before I even go there. You can get away with it about level 14 or 15, but you gotta be super careful and go to Provoca after every single battle. The Giant's Hall in the Earth Cavern is another super good spot. My only problem with the Giant's Hall is if you get too far in and you need to leave for whatever reason, you're kind of screwed. But if you got plenty of healing items and plenty of magic to go around, Giant's Hall in the Earth Cavern is a fantastic choice. Some other places that you can consider leveling just in general to get to level 25 is the floor right before Chaos's floor in the Chaos Shrine. I made a video a long time ago that never was released, but I did an experience per minute sort of thing and figured out where the best places to level over time was. And Chaos Shrine was number one. Specifically the floor that Chaos is on, but that was the Pixel Remaster. In the NES version, there's no random battles on that floor. So the last couple of floors of the Chaos Shrine is going to be a really good choice, but the most surprising place I found to level up is in the little desert. There's a little desert that's east of the Citadel of Trials, and that gives surprisingly good experience there. But my favorite place to level up in FF1 is using the Eye creature in the Ice Cavern right before you get the floater item to get the airship. So after you get to level 25, you're going to want to immediately look at what weapons you have and armor and your magic. Get the animate armor from the Sky Fortress to get the Excalibur that you can equip on your fighter. You'll take it to the Dwarf Cave and they'll make it for you. The Excalibur is good, but the Masamune, which you'll find the floor right before Chaos, is the absolute best weapon in the game. And I think that's because it can, not only is it super powerful, but you can, any class can use it in the entire game. And of course your monks or your black belts, leave them completely unarmed, as they'll do far more damage without a weapon equipped. As far as armor goes, the only thing I would really worry about is equipping ribbons and pro rings on everybody. That's going to give you the protection against elemental spells and also against any instant death attacks that the sort of final area of Chaos can throw your way. And so thinking about magic spells, so you'll want to have pretty much, there's a decent checklist of magic that you're going to want to have, and that includes things like Cure 4, Life 2, I feel like Heal 3 is super essential, but I think spells like Invis and the second Invis spell and any of the Protect spells, I think those are super underrated and should absolutely be used. As far as black magic goes, really, there's only a couple of times where I could really find black magic useful, and that's for dealing a lot of damage to entire parties of enemies. So think whenever you're on the canoe and you find just a whole bunch of Crocs or Neo 2s or any of those. And also dealing with the packs of the huge packs of undead enemies. A good Fire 3 spell goes a long way. But I would primarily use black magic for things like haste. And if you're playing anything other than the NES version, Temper works really good as well. And also if you're playing any of those versions, Hermes Sandals, Drink Tonics, whatever that the Caravan has for sale after you buy the Bottled Fairy. But again, I'm talking specifically about the NES version. But the number one strategy for defeating Chaos, and here's the thing, is that Chaos is using this same strategy against you. So I think it's super important to know that. And that strategy is to do as much damage as you can per round. And using the haste spell on your monks will do a lot of damage, but also on your fighter too. Then any white magic spells that would protect against elemental magic attacks, that goes a long way too, but your main objective is to just output damage. You get all those things in place and you'll be super good and you won't have to worry about much of anything. Thank you.